Hey y'all, it's Joanna, and I love to DIY on a budget and make beautiful home decor. And if you like to sew, then catch me on Saturdays. Now, let's get crafty. Hey y'all, it's the October What Would You Make playlist, and this is a collaboration where we come together and we use wood to make projects. And thank you, Brenda at Rustic and Lace DIY and Christine at Divine Design for hosting this and allowing me to be in it. And welcome, Lisa, Crafting My Best Life with Lisa. She is the guest host, and I am excited to be in this collaboration with these ladies. So I have these 3 wood kits from the Dollar Tree. And yeah, you may think they look a little childish, but we'll see when we get done what you think. So I'm gonna, if you hear something in my chair squeaking, I'm sorry, I can't help it. I move a lot. But anyway, I'm gonna take this first one and I am going to color this with colored pencils. Okay. I've done this before. We got rid of that glitter tree because it does not match any of this wood. I don't know what they threw one glitter tree in for, but it's not, I don't want that here. So I'm going to take green colored pencils and I'm going to color my trees in different colors of green. And then I'm going to color my snowman. Okay. And, I'm just going to color it like you would a coloring page, except I got carpal tunnel and I had to go get a brace. I don't know what I was thinking doing this. You can paint them. You can do whatever you want to with them. I just want to do this. I love the effect of it, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna color all these, and I'm not gonna kid you. It was tedious, tedious. It's tedious. Yeah, it's tedious. It was tedious, and but we got her done. Okay, so yeah, you don't have to watch me color. Now I took this white paint pen and I painted my snowman's face because a white one wouldn't work. And I've got this black Sharpie, I think it's an oil-based paint pen, and I'm pretty sure I got it at Walmart, but they have them at Hobby Lobby too. But anyways, I'm just going to go in here and I'm going to define the snowman, and I'm going to draw his face, his eyes in. I'm going to define my bird, and then I'm going to go around his scarf and do his buttons, but it makes it pop more when you outline it in black, in my opinion. So, I just think it looks better that way. So that's what I'm going to do. Just go around here and outline it, and you don't have to watch me do this. So now I have a Sharpie um white color. Oh my goodness, what are they? They're the new color pen things. But anyways, you see what I'm doing. I'm going around the edges of my tree here. And I'm just going to put a little snow effect on there and give it a little character. I think that is so stinking cute. And so, yeah. So I painted the trunks brown, as you see. And then I used that white paint pen to paint the bottom, but I don't know, it just wasn't very white, so I went over it again with this because the paint pen was just acting crazy. So I put a little snow on his hat there, and I forgot to give him a hat rim, but I do that later, or a hat band thingy. But anyway, yeah. So I'm gonna take my, uh, oh Lord, miter shears, and I'm going to clip the bottom of that off because I'm going to just put it in this box in a different manner. And I wasn't going to use that bottom piece that came with it, would not work, but I'll use it for something else. I'll save it. So I had this actually came from the Dollar Tree, this wood piece, and then I was going to paint it a kind of purple looking. I thought it was blue, but when I opened that's like really purple, and I was like, I don't know about that. So, um maybe I did go ahead and paint it this color. Nope, I tried on a scrap piece of wood and I don't know. Yep, I did. I painted it that color. Yep. It's kind of a purplish gray looking color. Um, and now I'm going to take this black, and it's not wax. It's a stain that I made up using black paint, burnt umber, and water. You don't use a lot of burnt umber, but it mutes down that black just a little bit so it's not so stark, and I don't know. You could have used just black paint and water, I guess. I don't know. But look at that. Ain't that pretty? That is so pretty. Anyway, thank you. I like it. Now I'm going to get into my abundance of snowflakes I've been collecting for 100 years, it looks like. And I'm going to get these ones, and I know for a fact these come from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to take my Tight Bond Quick and Thick, and I'm going to put it on the backs of these, and I'm just going to stick them randomly around here where I want them to fill in some of that empty space there and give it a little something something. So if you don't want to do this, don't do it. If you don't want to do the whole project, don't. I don't even know if you'll do it. But if you choose to recreate this, do it how you want to do it. Okay. You know, I've seen these every year, and I thought they were just, I don't know, cute. And I said I could do something with them. I just love that. I mean, you don't even have to add nothing else. I just like the trees and the snowflakes with that color. Is, I don't know. I just like that right there. I just like that. But we're going to go ahead and add the rest of the stuff, okay? So, I had a little tree in my stash right there, and I'm going to stick it down there. And then I didn't know where I was going to put my snowman at first, but he won't stand up. So, I've got these Jenga blocks, and they fit flat, and he can sit right there. So I'm going to paint the back, well, not with this one. It wouldn't work. So I'm going to take a big marker, that big fat marker right there, and color that in because, you know, you'll see it. And then I'm going to take my miter shears, and I'm going to cut a Jenga block. Now this gave me a little fit. It ain't no wonder my hands tore up with this doing what I do. But anyway, I cut it, and then I flipped it over, and then I shot it. It went, I don't know where it went. I lost it. Uh, I had to cut another one. But anyway, I end up cutting Jenga blocks to put my stuff in here. Okay. So I'm going to put the Jenga block down in whenever I figure out where I want this little guy. So I'm going to take wood glue, and I'm going to put put a line of wood glue and then hot glue. And then I'm going to glue this to the bottom of my snowman here, and I'm just going to set him in there. You could put one behind his head, because it didn't feel stable until it dried, but once it dried, it's really stable. So I'm going to put a block behind my tree. I had to cut it down more, and I'm going to do the same concept with hot glue and wood glue. And there they are. Oh, it's so cute. Like I got that bird out of that tree. Yeah. Or like he got that bird out of that tree. I didn't get no bird out of no tree. So I'm going to take these. You get these at Walmart. I got them last year. I don't know. I don't know if I seen them this year. They probably do. And I'm going to take my little wire snips, and I'm going to cut the hanger off because we don't want that hanger on our word, you know. And then when I did, oh, I didn't. I had to get these honky scissors. Honkin' scissors. Sorry. honkin' honkin' scissors, and cut that off because the wire things wouldn't get in there and do it. So I'm going to sand it down because it was rough, okay? And I ended up once I got it on there, I don't know what I done. I might have put hot glue on it. I don't remember, but it was rough. So I sanded it down the best I could, and I just got this little scrap piece of wood that I had stained previously and just clipped it off. So it fit right on there. It was wonderful. So I'm going to stick that right on there, and I'm going to use, what glue am I using? Oh, I'm going to use B7000. I ordered this from Temu. I don't know where else you can get it, but it has like a little needle tip on it, and it's for jewelry. I'm thinking, I don't know, but it works awesome on these little teeny tiny things. So I'm just going to put that on there, and then I'm going to glue it to the wood, and then I'm going to take the wood, and I'm going to glue the wood to the corner of my little sign I made here. Oh, I am using a little hot glue to hold it on too. I forgot about that. You have to be careful when you're putting hot glue because it'll burn you. It's metal. But anyway, yeah. So you see that needle thing that goes in there? It's so nice. I need to get on Temu. I don't like Temu. Some of you do, some of you don't. I mean, I do, but I don't. It's a do and I don't kind of thing. Some of you like Temu, and that's fine. Some of you don't, and that's fine. To each his own, okay? To each his own. But I've got some nice crafting stuff from Temu, and I just deleted the app because, But anyway, I'm enough with that. I'm going to use hot glue and wood glue, and I'm going to glue that to my corner right there. And y'all, this is so stinking cute. And I wish I could have put lights in here, but they're so small that the lights would have been everywhere. And I didn't want to do that. So, I didn't do no lights in none of these. I wish I could have, so I didn't though. But I thought, now look, bear on that other side. So I knew I had this deer, and I'm not gonna paint it. I'm not gonna do nothing. It's already brown, so I'm just gonna put it down in there. It's a blonde deer, and I'm gonna use wood glue, and I'm just gonna stick him right down in there. He sticks right down in there. Oh, it's cute, ain't it? A little woodland wonderland of snow, and yeah, I think it's cute. But anyway, so now I'm gonna take some Mod Podge. And I'm going to take Mod Podge and I'm going to go on the tops of my trees and I'm going to touch where I want snow. So I have some of that glittery fake snow, and I don't know if I got it at Dollar Tree or Hobby Lobby. I'm thinking Hobby Lobby. I've only seen the snow balls, little balls at Dollar Tree. I've never seen this at Dollar Tree. I could be wrong. I don't know. But I know I get it at Hobby Lobby. So I'm just making sure that my Mod Podge is still wet. And I'm kind of trying to clump the Mod Podge so that this will stick. This is not fine stuff. You see, it's not fine. And I'm just pouring it in. And then I'm going to shake it out. And then I'll scoop it back up. And this just adds a cute little touch to the whole piece. I forgot his hat. But ain't he cute? Y'all gonna see that a whole lot better in that final reveal, okay? But I didn't show him a whole lot right here, but yeah. So on the next one here, we have the Nativity, and I went ahead and cut the bottoms off of these, and I'm not going to use 3 wise men because he ain't going to fit in here. So I'm going to take my water-based stain that I made. It's just burnt umber paint with water. It's just, I don't use wax because then when you glue to it, it doesn't stick. But I'm going to stain the inside, backside, outside, sides, everything. I'm staining everything, okay? So I've got this printable that I printed. It's a song, Oh Holy Night. You can find them online. Just Google it. And I'm going to take packing tape and I'm going to put it on and slowly peel back. And this is just going to make this a little bit thinner for when I go to put it down in my box. Now, you do not have to do this. You take a chance of ripping your paper, I'll just tell you. But it comes off and it makes it thinner like rice paper, tissue paper, something like that. You just have to be very careful. And then those pieces that didn't come off, you got to put tape on them and try to peel them back again. So, I mean, this is a process. It's just something I like to do sometimes without having to put the whole paper in there. So, it's up to you. If you want to do this, if you want to print it on tissue paper, print it on tissue paper. Um, that's totally your choice, okay? So I'm just going to take my packing tape and keep peeling till I get it down and pray I don't peel the whole thing away. Um, I have it on here and I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry. It's just me trying to think. So I'm going to take my water pen. You can dip a paintbrush in water and do the same thing. And then I'm just going to tear away um, all of this paper. And then I'm going to uh, apparently put more water on it because I wasn't close enough. Now you have to be careful you don't rip your paper here too. You just gotta, don't rip your paper. and I'm gonna go around the whole thing. Now I don't need the bottom. I have to bend it to figure it out where it goes, like this right here. So I put it in and I'm gonna bend it up, and I know around that crease is where I need my water. So yeah, I'm just gonna go around it and take it all off. And I did want to round my corners. And that's just because I wanted it that way. You can leave them squared. That's up to you. But I rounded mine just because I don't know why I did it. I like it. That's why I did it. Look at that. I had to go a little bit more because it was the width was fine, but the length was a little bit big. And so this is so small. I'm just going to take the end of my pink tool and run it through there, and it's going to drag all that paper off, and it shortened it a whole lot more than you think. I mean, you don't take much, but a little, yep, see, perfection, perfection. So now I'm going to take Mod Podge and I'm going to put a thin layer of Mod Podge on the paper. I was going to put it in a box, but I ended up putting it on the paper. You can put it in the box if you want to. That's totally up to you. I'm just here for inspiration. You do what you want, okay? I'm just giving you ideas because that's what we do. This is how I did mine. So I put it on my paper, and then I'm going to put my paper carefully lined up as best I could down in there. And I didn't spray this. It's printed with my inkjet printer, and I didn't spray it with hairspray or anything. So I really didn't want to try to Mod Podge over it a lot because it'll smear the ink. But I did Mod Podge very lightly around the outsides so that I made sure all of my edges were stuck down in there, okay? And if you see it starting to bubble up, just start pushing it down. It's not a problem. You might have some bubbles, but it won't be a problem. Just push it down. And then I'm going to take my Distress Oxide and a makeup brush that I found at Dollar Tree, and it's just a straight one. I absolutely love this thing. And I'm going to go right around this and age this up a little bit, especially on the edges. And then I will drag it through the middle. Um, just to darken that paper up just a little bit and put some spots on it. Now, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but I just like everything old and crusty most of the time, except one project in this, the last one. Oh my goodness, it's gorgeous. But anyway, so when I put the Mary and the baby and Joseph, in this, you couldn't tell that Mary and Joseph was hanging on. It blended into way too much. So I'm going to take white paint and distress it a little bit. And that way, when I put my silhouette of my people down, you can actually see them. So, yeah. So I'm going to take Type Bond wood glue, which I'm not sure about, but it's gritty. Like it's got gritty in it, and I didn't care for it. So I switched to Gorilla Glue later and finished out my projects, but I used a brush to lightly pound some around the edges so that I didn't get too much glue smushed out. And then when I get that done, I'm going to put it down in my box. Now, the box came from Dollar Tree, and I forgot that I needed to trim the tip of my little barn or whatever this is, and I didn't do it. So I had to smush it down in there, and it's a wonder I didn't break that box, but it worked. So I'm just going to put hot glue where I didn't put the wood glue. And then when I put it down in there, I realized, shoot, it didn't fit. So I'm like smushing it and praying my box don't flop apart. But I push it down with my little wonderful pink tool, and it fit perfect. That little thing ain't going nowhere. So then I take the wood glue and I'm going to glue um, this baby down in there. And I'm going to use hot glue in the little dots where I didn't put any wood glue, because you don't want them to mix with each other because it won't stick. It'll cancel the glues. It'll cancel both of them out and they won't stick. So then I'm going to take and I'm going to put glue on where they are. I'm going to guesstimate about where they were going there, and then put them on the sides like that right there. And that's basically not all I do to this. I forgot. You'll, I forgot I did something else. But anyway, um, I'm gonna take a gold pen. This came from the Dollar Tree, and I'm outlining around that star cutout because you couldn't tell there was even a star there. So I just wanted it to stick out some. So I used this gold pen. Works wonderful. I love these. I love these pens, markers, whatever, from Dollar Tree. They work wonderfully. Um, I could have went around Joseph, Mary, and the baby, but with the gold, but I didn't. It would have been pretty too. I was just looking at it just now, but yeah. So I'm gonna take and put some hay in here because, he was born in a barn. So I'm gonna put some hay in here and make it look like that he was in a barn. And plus, it just gave some texture and some interest to my wooden wall hanging box. Yep, it's a wall hanging box. So once I get it in there, I'm gonna trim it up really good because this thing was, that was some wild straw in there. But this is Excelsior grass, and it makes great straw and hay, or whatever you want to call it. So, yeah, so that's why I put it in there. So then I have to add a hanger on the back. And I wanted this kind of simple and plain, except for my grass, I guess. So, yeah, there it is. And I just put a jute hanger on the back, and that's it. So that one will be hanging for your viewing pleasure. So now this is my last wood kit, and I'm getting rid of that tree. But I have one of these boxes um from the Dollar Tree when they had those there. They got the little doodads. This is the biggest one. And I pulled out a gingerbread from there and a I dropped that. Did y'all see that? And a candy cane that came with this was upside down, but I need those pegs to stick on the legs of this gingerbread. You'll see what I'm going to do with that in a minute. I'll show you. But right now I'm just taking the screws and taking the things off here, and I'm saving them because you never know when you're going to need them. So I'm going to put them in this little snap box I had sitting over there. And then I'm going to take and sand my holes down because the wood was sticking out. I would have filled them, but it doesn't matter. When I end up at the end of it, I changed my mind on this, I don't know how many times, and just kept doing stuff. But I painted everything with pink, and I painted the trees with celery from Waverly. I painted the box and the bottom white with just white acrylic paint. I did not, as of yet, paint the outside. So I'm going to take these candy canes because I need the legs. Let me zoom in. Okay, so what I want is just the pegs. I need those pegs from the, what are those things? Candy canes. See, there's the pegs for the candy canes. I need those pegs. So I'm marking where the gingerbread feet went, but you have to cut it on the inside of that mark. And I'm just using regular scissors. It cuts this thin wood just fine. You just have to watch and don't clip your fingers because I almost got mine. Or my knuckle. I almost got my knuckle. But anyway, yeah, I'm just going to keep clipping until I get it to where it'll fit my gingerbread's feet, okay? So now I'm going to just take a little bit of wood glue and I'm going to glue them down in there. I don't know if they needed it, but when I put the gingerbread on it, I wanted to make sure they wasn't going to go anywhere. So I'm just going to put those in there and I'm going to let it dry. So now I'm going to paint my gingerbread. And y'all, this was like the goofiest thing I ever tried to do was put the puff paint on my glass and try to use a paintbrush. I just use the stinking paint puff. Just make sure you don't have no air bubbles in it. Squeeze a little bit out first and don't unsqueeze until you're done. And you could put just a little skinny line to do this because this was crazy. So now I'm going to take, I didn't even use that black pen. I used all white. So I'm going to take this puff paint and I am going to go around my little trees. And I love this pink and green together. It's so beautiful. But I'm going to go around my trees and give them some frosting. And I didn't even paint the bottom of that thing yet. I just now realized I didn't paint the bottom. I don't know what I'm thinking. So, yeah. And then I'm going to go around and I'm going to put the top, the frosting on my house and decorate my house and get it all pretty and around my chimney and all that stuff. So that's what I'm doing with my puffy paint. And then I'm going to do that. I'm pointing at it with the cursor, but it's the, candy cane up there. I'm going to use pink puff paint and the white puff paint to do that. I'm just having a blast just painting like a child. But y'all, this is fun. This is fun. And this is so stinking cute too. Okay, y'all. Oh my goodness, look. I found a tree in my stash. I mean, a truck in my stash. And there's my Gingy. And then there's my candy cane. There's my house and my trees. I ended up doing the bottom with puff paint. That's why I didn't paint it. And of course, I painted the stalks kind of brown. So now all I got to do is stick them down in my holes. But then I thought I couldn't get them on holes. I got puff paint on there. So I got to take my pocket knife and whittle the puff paint off. Now, y'all, be careful. Don't puff paint these. Put tape on them if you have to. Just don't puff paint them. This about yeah, you can cut your finger off doing this. But I didn't, but you can. So, anyways, I'm going to dig my puff paint off. And then I got to take that pokey tool, that pink pokey tool, and I got to poke down in the holes because I got white paint in those holes. And then some of that wouldn't stick down in there neither. So, I end up, yeah, there I'm out digging out the crack holes right there to get the to get the paint off of them because I had them all clogged. Don't clog up your holes in your thing if you're going to stick these back on there, okay? Because you can't do it. So, anyway, I'm going to stick my trees in the back where they go. And I'm using this board. It's going to be to my advantage, I promise. So, then I'm going to put my house right there and push it down. You have to be careful. These things will snap when you're pushing them down. Now look, this didn't supposed to go in there, but I'm going to stick it in that hole. That's where that tree went. So I'm going to use a little hot glue because this has puff paint on it and it'll hold it. Now I got to hold it just for a minute to get it to set. But that sets right there, right pretty, right there. And then I'm going to dig glue off with my tweezers because I made a mess, of course. And then I'm going to glue my gingerbread to his, well, he's already got legs, but to his those little stobs back there. My glue gets hard, so, but anyway, put a little bit of wood glue if it'll ever come out on those. I'm putting wood glue on one and hot glue on the other, and that's going to hold him on there. And then you got to just push it to that without pushing everything else over. And then my truck can't sit there. I thought I could get the tire in that hole there, but I couldn't. So I'm going to take and go to my saw and cut blocks from a Jenga block and little scrap pieces of wood, whatever you got, and I'm going to glue it to the truck, and then I'm going to glue it down. And that's going to secure that down just like that right there. See? Oh my goodness. So then I looked and I'm like, this box is so white back there. I did not like the white. I didn't. So I'm going to take, when I get done fiddling, I knocked my truck over. But I'm going to take a piece of, what is that? Scrapbook paper right here. Got it at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to put it on the edge of here. And then I'm going to feel where my lines are. Okay, so all you do is line it up and feel where your lines are. You can get off just a smidgen, but the smidgen ain't as bad as, a whole lot. And then I'm going to take my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to start trimming my paper up. Me and this trimmer have fights. It's one of my favorite trimmers, but we have fights. You can see better when you turn over on the white side. Would you turn it over on the white side? Girl, turn it. Yes, there you go. Okay, so I marked it a little more. I got to make sure. Once you cut it, you can't go back. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So, I made sure, and then I'm going to put it in here, and I'm going to cut it. I'm going to, I can't do it. Y'all make me nervous how to do it without you watching me. But anyway, I'm going to put Mod Podge down here, and I don't want a whole lot of Mod Podge. I just want a thin layer of Mod Podge on here. I want enough to lay my paper down, and that's it. So I'm just going to smear this Mod Podge around in here. And then make sure I get it along the edges. Every edge. That's what I love these Mod Podge brushes, y'all. I got them on Amazon. They're linked in my Amazon store, but I absolutely love them. And then I wiped off any excess, and I'm just going to put my paper in. And that would not work. It did in the corners, so I was happy about that. But then I used my, whatever that tool is. You'll see it in a second. Where's the tool? I'm looking for it, y'all. Where's the tool? It's right there. I use that thing. I don't know what you call that. Scraper. Ha, thank you. I used that scraper and made sure the glue was no globs or anything. And that's done. So now I'm looking at it and I'm like, ugh. I painted the outside. I sure did. I painted the outside white because I thought that don't match. I wanted this handle on there and I painted it white. But when I put the white handle on the wood box, it didn't look right. It just did not set right with me. So I'm not using this handle. Well, I mean, I'm using this handle, but I'm not painting it white. But it was a good thing I painted it white because it took the paint of the other a whole lot better. But while that's drying, I'm going to take this holographic glitter paint. You get this at Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to take a fan brush, I think. And I'm going to go over my trees, my house, my Gingy, everything that's on that except the bottom. I just did the things that were sticking up. And when you put it on, I'm going to show you here. It goes on white, but it dries clear, I promise. Well, it dries glittery, I promise. And the glitter does not flick off. It's wonderful stuff. So now I'm going to take Type Bond Quick and Thick, and I'm going to put it all around this thing. I didn't have to go on that one edge too much because it hangs out just a little, but it's not bad. And once I get that, I'm going to take the hot glue and put 2 strips of hot glue, and I'm going to stick this right in the bottom of this box. Now, I will tell you, I'm going to paint the outside of the box white with acrylic paint. Okay? Um, I'm going to do that and then I'll get back to you because I should have painted it before I even tried to do any of this other stuff. Just paint your box. Paint your box before you decide to go any further. So I haven't painted my box white yet, but listen, I've got these metal pieces and I seen them when I got the handle, and I'm going to paint those with pink chalk paint. This is DIY chalk paint. You just add what is that, calcium carbonate or plaster of Paris to it. But anyway, I'm going to take my Type Bond and I was going to put them on, but then I decided to paint it white. So now that I finally have it painted white, I'm going to take, and I painted my handle pink. I told you I was going to repaint it. I painted it pink and painted those little things pink, and I'm going to screw my handle right up on there. Make sure you get it straight. Okay, sure you get it straight. And then I'm going to take those corner pieces and I'm going to take my Type Bond and I'm going to glue my corner pieces on the corners. I got those corner pieces and the handles at Hobby Lobby. So I'm going to take the Type Bond and I'm going to put it in here, and then I'm going to put some on the top, on the edge here, and I'm just going to pop it right on the corner, and I'm going to do these for all 4 corners. Now, I would like to make mention that on the bottom here where this is sticking over, it was pushing it down some, so I had to really push and pop my wood up just a little, but it was glued down pretty good, so it wasn't going anywhere. So these things come with little nails that you tack them in, and I wasn't really worried about it going anywhere, but I thought it would be cute to put some little tacks in it, so I'm going to take my mini needle nose pliers, and I'm just going to put it in there, my little bitty hammer, and I'm going to drive those tacks just in the front. Now, I don't do it on the sides or anything, just on the front. I covered the side holes with pink paint. Now, I took glue and put in the bottom and put that fake snow in, and now I'm taking this antique gold, no, it's gold, rubbing buff, and I'm just going to put it on my finger and rub around the outsides of these little doodads corner pieces I put on there and across my handle. That handle looks like a spoon, and I think it's pretty cool. Looks like an old-fashioned spoon I had when I was a kid. But anyway, this just made it pop. Watch this handle. Oh, look at this. Look. Oh, look. It's beautiful, ain't it? I love it. I love this thing. I'm not sure about it being my favorite, but I love it. And then I'm going to take a little bit of rub and buff and I'm going to rub that edge that's hanging over just because it looked funny hanging over. So when I put rub and buff on it, I thought it looked better. So that's why I decided to do it. But anyway, now for the final reveal. Y'all look at these. They turned out so cute. I mean, it's a far cry from what they were, just plain wood pieces. I love them. I love them. Look, ain't it cute? That snow just sitting in there. I wish I could have added lights, especially to the gingerbread one. But there was just, if the Dollar Tree lights, I know they're small, but if they were a little bit smaller and had less lights, but look at that detail in those corner pieces. I love it. I absolutely love it. The truck blends in with the house. I didn't realize that till just now. But anyway, it's okay. And look, ain't that so pretty? Y'all let me know which one was your favorite. Tell me which one you think was my favorite. Okay? I love it when y'all guess what my favorite was. Anyways, make sure that you check out Brenda, Christine, and Lisa and all of the other talented creators in this playlist. You will not be disappointed. thank you so much for watching. Until next time, remember, you are a blessing. Goodbye.